The Bruins are riding high after an overtime thriller against the Blackhawks and look to keep the early season fire burning as they welcome the Buffalo Sabres here to town. Hello again, everybody. Along with Andy Brickley, I'm Judd Surratt. Thanks for joining us. The Bruins have said from the start of the season they believe that they can compete for a playoff spot if they play to their identity. In the first two games of the season, we've seen that. But, Brick, if you really want to give yourself a good shot of making the playoffs, you've got to do well against division foes. And tonight, the Bruins play their first Atlantic Division rival in the Buffalo Sabres.
A little more of that identity was apparent in the win over Washington, not so much against Chicago. Two very different teams and two very different performances by the Bruins. But the important thing is that they found a way to win both games.
The Bruins are banking this year on Jeremy Swayman and Jonas Korpisalo being the backbone of what they do. And here in the first two games, they have delivered.
Yeah, they're 2 for 2. You know, if you're going to be an offensively challenged team, which is what it looks like for the Boston Bruins, the goaltending takes on even greater importance.
Alex Lyon will get the start here for the Buffalo Sabres. He was signed to be the backup to Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who is injured. He absorbed the loss against the Rangers on opening night. He stopped 29 of 32. His counterpart, Jeremy Swayman, the number one star on opening night in Washington. He was brilliant, stopping 35 of 36 against the Capitals. Here's Tage Thompson. Third in the league last year with 44 goals. Geekie steals. Pasternak, a step, protects, backhand, line the save. Pasternak almost got a rebound chance while he was down in the slot. Quinn shoots. This sails wide. Arvidsson caught it in flight, cut off by Bryson. Played his college hockey at Providence. Arvidsson in the slot, shoots, line, well out of the net to make the save.
A couple of real good opportunities by Boston because they're stretching the neutral zone. The first one was from David Pasternak on this lengthy pass from Morgan Geekie. He tries to lean in with the right shoulder and protect the puck. Couldn't quite get backhand forehand, so he puts on the brakes, takes with that hard-to-predict backhand shot the line has to get. And a heads-up play by Casey Middlestat. You know, Arvidsson had the puck along the boards right in front of the Bruin bench. He was trying to outrun his man down the side. Puck got knocked off his stick, and Middlestat stopped on the puck, curved back, and then made a long-distance pass to Arvidsson, who continued on his route to create that opportunity.
Puck flipped in deep by Arvidsson. They don't say how, right? Peak. Harris. Wide. Wedged up top. Peak stopped it with his glove. Back of the net. It goes. Here's Harris. Fired by Saka. He scores! Saka faded back and ripped one out of the crossbar. Bruins 1, Sabres nothing.
More offensive zone time for Boston here in the opening period. It pays off with a 1-0 lead. A bullet of a drive. You got to love it when Jordan Harris gets into the game. And he impacts it. Bruins D have been very active in the offensive zone. Anytime the puck's been wrapped around, transition side to side, they're anticipating, they're there first, they're keeping plays alive, and that's a nice little move by Saka, who's in tight, and he backs off, and he's shot ready. You know, he starts off in the slot area, he taps the ice, lets Harris know, I'm open, I'm ready for that one-timer, deliver a perfect pass, and he does, and the Bruins take the lead.
Timmins, a long feed. Quinn pulls up, tripped up, penalty on the Bruins. Timmins, across. This shot coming in from Samuelsson. Bruins got a piece of it. Extra attacker on. Krebs. McLeod, 20-goal scorer a season ago. Timmins. Samuelsson. McLeod, right of the net. Swayman, what a stop with the glove as he lunged to his left. And then Krebs gets involved back of the net with Lohrei.
Well, Quinn streaking down that left side, had a lot of open ice, and they had a little stop, cutback move. Fraser Mitten get it stick in a bad spot. He's going to go to the penalty box. The Bruins are going to be short-handed, but the Sabres did a nice job of maintaining possession while they got the goaltender pulled to play a little 6-on-5 on the delayed penalty, and it led to a pretty good stop by Jeremy Swayman.
Buffalo, number 93, minor penalty.
We're going to look at the penalty. Nice little cutback move right there. And then a fake shot by McLeod. Going to set up Krebs on the opposite side of the ice. Didn't get all of it, but Swayman still had to have that glove over the left pad.
To Power. Holds. Watched by Kastelic. Kastelic got a piece of that dish, and out it comes. And now a steal. Kastelic to the slot. Walks in. Shot it wide. And Lyon has lost his glove. And it's going to be a hook.
Any question about a penalty shot there, Judd? I guess he wasn't in clean. But a couple of great plays back in the defensive zone by Kastelic on the PK.
Buffalo, penalty number 25, Jimmy Minor for hooking.
And then he pursues the puck into the neutral zone, and he bats down another puck to create the offensive chance. Again, good stick position, good body position. Bats this one down. Tries to go backhand, forehand, and around Lyon. Just unable to finish the opportunity. Stick into the hands.
Nice play by Asimont to get this puck in. Kastelic. Zadorov. He cranked it off the end boards, bothered as he was coming in to shoot that puck. Out in front, they score! This long shot deflects home! Corrali was camped out in front, and the Bruins, after being thwarted by Alex Lyon, able to deflect one home, and Mark Kastelic makes it 2-0.
The way Corrali celebrated, I don't think he touched it, and that's why he went racing over to his line mate. Mark Kastelic was having a strong game. It might have deflected off something, because it definitely went from a certain height down. Yeah, right there off Timmins. And off the back of Timmins, dropped straight down, right through the 5-hole, it looked like, through line on the wrist shot by Kastelic. It's nice to get rewarded when you're doing all the right things. You're killing penalties, you're being physical, you're doing fourth line work, and then you tuck one.
The hockey gods hooking him up. Bruins trying to start the season 3 for 3. Samuelson to Zucker. Shoots, deflected, they score! For Buffalo, their first goal of the season. Zucker snapped it off, and the Bruins lead is now 2-1.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to go high glove, and it gets deflected, and it ends up going blocker side. Just an impossible shot to handle for Jeremy Swayman. You know, if you're going to make that post-up play in the neutral zone, that deflection has got to get into the offensive zone, and you can't be changing out on the back end at the same time. Both of those things come back to hurt Boston. You can see that puck deflect off the blade of the stick or the portion of the stick. Andrew Peak to change complete direction.
Buffalo controls. Thompson couldn't pull the trigger. Knocked down by McAvoy. Batted out to the neutral zone. Here's Lindholm with 4. Center deflected and score! Sean Corrali taps it into the empty net, and the Bruins are going to seal this one. It's 3-1 Bruins.
It's a nice empty net goal, but it's McAvoy that makes the play. It wasn't quite a 50-50 draw because Tuck was running a little interference on McAvoy to allow Thompson to get it. McAvoy fights through it, makes enough contact with Thompson to force that puck forward and allow the Bruins to get numbers going up the ice. And then Lindholm able to throw one directly at the net that Corrali's able to tap in.
Sean Corrali, his first goal since rejoining the team. Played his first 6 seasons here in Boston before heading over to Columbus. And And it's 3-1 with 2 seconds left. And Mason Geertsen is on the ice for Buffalo, talking with Mikey Asimon. They drop the puck. And the horn sounds. And the Bruins go 1-for-1 against the Atlantic Division. Jeremy Swayman, 2-0 to start the year. He stopped 30 of 31 here tonight. And the Bruins 3-0 to start the regular season. Brick, we came on the air, and one of the things we talked about was the grit that the Bruins have displayed here in the first 3 games. This wasn't pretty, but it's 2 points.
82 games is a lot, and I don't know if there'll be any laughers for the Boston Bruins. The way they played in the first period, it was trending in that direction. The way they outshot, outchanced, and outplayed the Sabres. But it became a real difficult game to win, and for the Bruins to continue to grow as a team and win games like this early in the season and bank points, that's good stuff.